What is up, my bodyweight warriors? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be answering that oh so popular question of how long does it take for me to see results with my mobility flexibility training. I'm going to give you a straight answer, but I'm also then going to share with you some of my personal experience and how long it's taken me to almost achieve things like the middle splits, front splits, pancake, etc. So to summarize the answer nice and simply, it's going to take you 6 months as a minimum. 6 months is how long you should give something before you should see results. You might see it earlier than that, but 6 months is generally the maximum it will take you to see results. Why this is important is probably one of the most common reasons why people don't get good mobility or flexibility results, and that's simply they don't remain consistent. When it comes to strength training, when you start, you get kind of those neurological gains and you see good progress relatively quickly, and then it slowly tapers down the longer you train for. When it comes to mobility, it tends to just suck initially, and then it continues to suck, although a little bit less as you get on. And then once you even get to like middle splits, front splits, it still sucks pretty bad. Basically, getting mobile, getting flexible is all about embracing the suck. Find a routine, and I will link to in the description down below pretty much all the routines that I've got on this channel when it comes to like full body mobility, flexibility, loaded mobility, middle splits, front splits, pancake, everything. I'll link it down below so you can have the information that you need to get going, and then all you need to do is remain consistent, put the work in, and results will come. You just have to give it time. And then to illustrate this, I'm going to briefly tell you my personal mobility flexibility journey. Just so you know, I was not a flexible person. 4 years ago, pretty much, was when I decided to start thinking about my flexibility and mobility. And at this point, I couldn't touch my toes. I was doing bodybuilding and I was doing powerlifting at the time, and I realized that my flexibility was affecting my squat and my deadlift. So I didn't think that I should be 19 and not be able to touch my toes. So I decided to start stretching, and that's what I did. I started stretching every single day. And initially it was pretty basic, and eventually it developed into something like my full body flexibility routine, which is linked below. And I basically did this. Earliest pictures that I have on record of me like comparing my mobility is a year later, and that is from August 2014, so 3 years ago. I'll throw up the pictures now, and that was my flexibility after a year of doing static stretching with the pancake, front split, and middle split. It wasn't good at all, and that was 1 year of stretching. Because I didn't know any better at the time, I just did the same sort of thing for another year, and I'll just throw up some images as I'm talking of kind of the progression. And I basically just did this religiously. Every single night I did about 20 to 30 minutes of stretching, soft tissue work, whatever. The more I learned about it, the more things changed. But after about 2 years of this, I started to learn about loaded mobility, PNF, other different techniques, and that's when I really started to see big progress in my flexibility, although the progress I had seen over those 2 years had been good. From there, I've trained for different things at different times. I haven't been consistent at any one thing over the past 2 years. I've done brief periods of one or the other, but I think that probably the one that illustrates this best is the middle splits. Even though technically I've kind of been stretching for that for the past 3 years, it's only within the past year that I've seen really good progress, because I decided to remain accountable by making a routine on YouTube, which you can grab below. And I did it 2 times per week, and I did it every single week. And I've pretty much been doing that for 10 months now. And that is when I've seen, up until that point, pretty much no progress. And then the past 10 months or so has been pretty ridiculous progress. And now I'm almost at the point of full middle splits, which is something I never thought I would achieve. Steve Atlas has a great video in which he talks about unseen progress, and I really recommend you go check it out. And that's kind of if you keep putting in the work, staying consistent, you may not see progress week to week, but then all of a sudden something will click. Or if you compare it over a longer period of time, like a few months, by taking photos, regularly documenting it, you will see some really good progress, and that's it. So to summarize, flexibility is pretty straightforward. You just need to find a routine. And as I said, I will link to everything that I have on this channel down below. Put the time in, put the work in, stay consistent. Make sure you document. I can't stress this enough. Take photos, document the whole journey week by week. You may not feel that you're seeing progress, but when you compare where you started and where you are currently after a few months, you'll be quite amazed. And I'm sure if you do that, you'll see some great results. But that is all we have time for this week, guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, leave a comment down below. And while you're down there, you can grab all of the links to the routines on this channel. It'll be in the description box, which is also next to the link for the Bodyweight Warrior t-shirt. If you want to grab yourself one, support the channel. Currently 20% off end of summer sale. But that is kind of it for this week, guys. Have a strong and stretchy week. Peace.